Well, hello everybody. I've done one or two little videos and reviews on hydration, trying to find a cheap way to get a workable hydration pack, and I came up with the Crivet, which I think is either an Aldi or a Lidl hydration backpack. They don't do them very often. I've only once seen them in the shops. But if you see them, then it's a really good solution. It's about £30, $40, $45 to buy that, and a Camelback 1.5 litre reservoir or bladder. However, once you start getting a bit more serious about these things, you start finding that you really probably want to go for a more professional package. So I've been online, done a lot of research. Because the Camelback reservoir was so good, that was obviously my first port of call, was to look at the Camelback hydration packs. But I have to say that I'm not saying that Camelback the backpacks aren't good, because they probably are. The reports say that you buy these and they'll last you, for 20 years. So the quality of the product is absolutely beyond question. It just didn't really suit me. So I decided not to go down the Camelback route. Instead, I went for a company called Nathan. I came across them. I'd, to be honest, never heard of them before, although they're highly respected, particularly in trails and ultras. I'd never heard of them before, and I came across them when I was just doing a YouTube search for hydration packs, and they've got 2 or 3 quite good videos, and they're quite up to date. I like the look of them. I like the specification of them, so I bought one. So this is what I bought. It's the Nathan Grit backpack. So to take it out of the packet, the spec for this is that it takes a 2 litre bladder, and you do get a bladder included with it, which is quite good. It's a yoke style, so it doesn't have sides on. Instead it's got these straps that run along your side and join the front to the back. You do get the vest style, which does have fabric going round your sides as well, in some other models. But I decided to go for the yoke style, because I think it probably fits me better. I think it's going to be one of these things where you have to decide for yourself whether having the fabric sides and the extra pockets that you get in the fabric sides is better than the yoke style. The other thing with the vest style is that you get pockets in the sides, so it gives you that little bit extra capacity, and you can stuff gels or whatever you like in there. I like to, if I'm going somewhere that I haven't been before or been for a while, I like to print out the map, so that if I get lost, then I'll have the map that I can consult. And just being able to stick that into a pocket is always going to be a good thing. However, the yoke style, all the Nathan vests that have the yoke style, they have this 3-way attachment at the back. It's their what they call their propulsion system. So essentially what this does is it fixes to the bottom of the actual backpack, and it fits to the side strap for the yoke, and it's more of a suspension system. If I can show you, it's more of a suspension system, and it's flexible, so it stretches as you're going. And the idea, which actually does work in practice, is that once you adjust the straps, and get it to fit yourself, then the backpack stays up against your back, and as you're running along, all of the movement is taken up by the propulsion system, this little harness bit at the bottom. And I have to say that, having used this a few times, that really does work. I think it's a major selling point for the yoke style Nathan backpacks. Okay, so the spec for this is it's a 2 litre bladder and 6 litre storage altogether. So this is where I come to my first main problem that I have with not just this backpack, but I think all the Nathan backpacks, which is that this is your backpack, and that's meant to be 6 litres. Okay, so inside we've got excuse me, the 2 litre bladder, which fits in the main compartment, and once that's full, there's no way that you're going to get a second one in there. So two 2 litre packs is going to be 4 litres, and this is meant to be a 6 litre pack, and it's just not happening. There is another pocket here where you can fit some small things in. I could believe that might be half a litre. So I've had a 2 litre hydration bladder and a 1.5 litre in the main compartment, makes that 3.5 litres. Maybe half a litre here is 4 litres. There are a couple of pockets, maybe takes it to 4.5, but I just can't see how it comes to 6 litres. However, obviously they've done more accurate measurements than I have done. They get it to come to 6 litres. What it actually means in practice is, when I took it out for the first time, I had my fleece, and my plan was to do somewhere about a 15-16 mile run excuse me, with the bladder, and at the end of the run I would have my fleece that I could put on, because it's as I'm recording this, it's getting towards the end of the winter, and it's still kind of freezing here in Scotland. So when you get to the end and stop running, your sweat cools down really quickly. Suddenly you find yourself shivering. So I wanted to carry my fleece, but there was just no way I could get the bladder and the fleece in the bag at the same time. There was just absolutely no way that this was going to fit. So what I ended up doing was not taking the bladder, and in fact I didn't even take the fleece. I put in a lightweight jacket and my first aid kit. So it coped with that quite well, but even at that it was pretty well full. Yeah, so I think it's best to go maybe to the shop rather than buy it online, and actually take along the kind of things that you would want to carry. So it's, like all these backpacks, they're not intended, for you going away on a camping holiday. It's not a rucksack. It is primarily a hydration pack, so you have to take it in that context. But to go out on a run and take a jacket with you, that's probably as much as you're going to get in. Okay, so we do have the bladder compartment, which is quite good, because it keeps it separate from the other large compartment, and the large compartment is waterproof. I did fill this up with kitchen roll, kitchen roll, and I tried to soak it just to see if the water would come through or not, and it was dry. So that is definitely a dry part. So even if your bladder leaks, the contents of your main cargo area are going to stay dry. On the front we've got this smaller pouch, which comes kind of halfway down the backpack, and that's going to be good for, you could probably fit the first aid kit in there. It's quite big. There's another stretchy pocket inside as well to split it up, and of course you get a little key holder, which is probably, I think, probably a bit superfluous. So yeah, this part, the small pocket, isn't waterproof. It's showerproof, but it's not totally waterproof. So looking at the bladder itself, the bladder's held in using a Velcro strip. Personally, I would prefer that to be a plastic clip that you could just slide the bladder onto. But Velcro is fine. So the bladder itself is pretty much the same as the Camelback one that I have. It's got a quick release valve, so you can fill up the bladder. It's got another long feed tube, and it's got a bite valve at the end as well, so it won't leak all over the front of your race vest or your whatever it is you're running with. It's good at holding the water. It doesn't leak, so just as good as the Camelback from that perspective. To fill it, you slide off the slide bar, open it up, and there you go. So it's nice and easy to fill. So it is much easier to fill, I think, than the Camelback. And importantly, it's easier to dry it because you can actually turn this inside out and let it air dry, or you could probably stand it above a radiator and let the air get into it, the warm air get into it. But for me, the easiest thing is just to turn it inside out, and there you go. So it just goes like that, and just let it air dry, then it's ready to go the next time. So really good bladder. It does take a full 2 litres as well, so it does what it's made to do. Right, okay, so what else can I say about this? I like the way that the side straps work. Side straps, put it on, and you can adjust it quite easily, and I'll probably do a second short video just showing how to set up the vest, and once it's set up, then it is set up. Because of the way it works, there is only one sternum strap, so the sternum strap takes the front and 2 shoulder straps together, and it's just a little clip here, so that works very well. And there's also a retaining clip for your feed tube, which is also good. Downside of the feed tube location is that it does come out via the zip part of the carrying compartment. There is a nice little loop here to guide it over your shoulder, but I have to say that it annoyed me a little bit that there was nothing that actually took it down the shoulder, over the shoulder, and down to your clip. So you can cut the tube, the feed tube, to make it the length that you actually need, so it doesn't have to kind of flap about all over the place. But I found that the best thing to do was to take it through here and then under the strap, so you were using the shoulder strap as a bit of a location aid for the feed tube. Good. On your right shoulder we've got, your right shoulder strap, we've got a bottle container, and that will take a full half-litre bottle. There we go, and it's nice and secure. It kind of comes up about here, so it is nicely located. I guess you could get a feed tube bottle that comes up, and you just, but it's no bother taking the bottle in and out. So that's good. On the other side, we've got, and this is one of the things I do like about it, particularly, is you have a nice little zip pocket here, which will easily take your mobile phone. It won't take any of the bigger phones like an iPhone 6 or 6S or a big Samsung or anything like that. But I use an iPhone 4S at the moment, which is getting a bit old, but it fits in there and there's plenty of room for it. And yeah, so don't be if you have one of these almost tablet-sized phones that you would have to worry. And we've got a second little pocket here, which is designed for stashing your used gel packs or whatever. I don't generally use gels, so I can just use that for anything. In this one, as well as the phone, I found it useful. You can see I wear glasses, and I did say I carry maps for some of the runs that I do. So having this just up here on my shoulder, and if I need to get my map, just being able to pull the zip, get the map out, quick look, back in, and off we go. Really, really good. That's really, really well designed. So there we have it. That's quite a long review of the Nathan Grit, but I hope it's been useful. Certainly when I was considering the Grit, I was quite disappointed that there were no reviews available on YouTube, and I'm a great believer in giving more information than is needed rather than leave people saying, but what about this or what about that. So Nathan Grit, 2 litre bladder, 6 litre nominal total capacity, and excellent, can't say it often enough, excellent hydration backpack, and highly recommended.
If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to make sure you get notifications of all new content.